ridiculous agenda. All right. And I'll explain as I go through this article and talk about it. So, I'm looking at this entire article. Gilbert Arenas is at it again, and care how many times LeBron breaks some record. Those of us who watch the man play do not see this man as the GOAT. Is he one of the great players? Yes. I don't care if he plays 30 years. I don't care. If you play a long time in a watered down league.
Listen, what's good? It's your boy Listen though. We back talking sports. Yep, Gilbert is at it again, bro. I actually heard this earlier on a basketball chat, and I had to debunk this nigga all the way, bro. They saying he don't lead in any stat categories or whatever like that. LeBron didn't either, so he was not the GOAT beforehand. You see me? You see how hypocritical that shit is, bro? He can't be the GOAT because he doesn't lead in the stat category. Well, you have to respect what we gotta say. LeBron or people like me, LeBron cannot be the GOAT because he does not have a winning record in the finals. He is 4-6 in the finals. He cannot be the GOAT because in no American sports history does a GOAT have a losing record. Tom Brady, Lionel Messi, Serena Williams. You could go on and on and on. Wayne Gretzky or whoever you think is the hockey GOAT, and so on and so forth. None of them have losing records. Serena Williams don't have no losing record at the Wimbledon. Tom Brady don't have a losing record in the Super Bowl. Lionel Messi don't have a losing record at the World Cup and shit. Tiger didn't have a losing record at the fucking Masters, or you know what I'm saying. Come on, bro. What are we doing, bro? What are we really doing? Y'all, it's so easy to debunk these arguments, bro. I'm just.
League that's soft. And you have all the advantages that today's players have. These soft, crybaby ass players. They're going to put up big numbers. Just like they keep putting up, oh, Bird only made 649 threes. Look, this role player has 800 threes. Huh, he's better than Bird.
Yeah, that shit is irritating me because they trying to compare a different era to this era. And it's so irritating. People do that. Like, well, Bird only made this many threes. They were not jacking up. Look at the amount of threes attempted in Bird's era and the threes attempted now. They wasn't trying to jack up threes. It was a luxury shot in the 80s and the 90s. Now in the 2000s, it became more of a regular shot. You feel me? And in the 2010s, it just took off. But it was a luxury shot. Like we done told people before. I done heard basketball facts. I done heard Too Raw for show say this. It was a shot you really shot at the end of the shot clock. Or, you know what I'm saying, maybe if you was open and you was a good, you know what I'm saying, good shooter or 3-point shooter, but it's not something you just come down on a break and it's nobody on the fast break and you, instead of the layup, you go for the three because you know what I'm saying. Clay, Steph, those type of shooters do that, bro. But now you got everybody doing that, bro. So these NBA fans, bro, nowadays, bro, and it be some people that be around my age, and I be like, bro, am I in the alternate universe, bro? Like, I feel like I'm the only nigga my age that really, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as where I be at, like, in these group chats, it just be ridiculous. And Gilbert Arenas to say that he can't be the GOAT because he don't lead in the stat category. Well, LeBron James can't be the GOAT because he has a losing record in the finals. And like I just said, no GOAT in American sports history has a losing record in the championship games.
That's what they insinuated. Okay, but do you put out there that put that stat up there? Let's just go with this. Let's just go with this thing with leading stats, and that has to do with being GOAT. Well, then why is it that John Stockton's not the GOAT, right? And why is it if Bill Russell has 11 rings, then why isn't he put up there as the GOAT? Why is it? Why is it not the case? Because people are full of shit. They only put up a category when they want to knock somebody. See, when you bring up longevity with John Stockton, then they'll say, well, he doesn't have any championship rings. He didn't win. Then you put up Bill Russell, then they say, well, the competition was weak. You see what I'm saying? The reason why Michael Jordan doesn't have accumulative stats records is because he played in 1,072 games. And
Bro, at the end of the day, people are clamoring and they punching at the air to try to get MJ off that pedestal because a lot of these people want LeBron to be looked at and revered as the GOAT. You feel me? This is just another example of it, bro. What two artists say? If accumulative stats makes you the GOAT, and you can't be the GOAT unless you lead in a stat category, right? Why was LeBron saying he was the GOAT in 2016? You feel me? He didn't lead in any stat category. I told y'all they didn't care about this all-time points record until LeBron got it. They couldn't wait, you feel me, to try to use it against Jordan in the argument. This certain fan base only uses stats when it supports their argument. They can't use, you know what I'm saying? They use cumulative stats, not putting context behind it and how many games they played and so on and so forth. But they don't like to use, and then they use per game stats when it supports their argument. You feel me? But they can't use per game stats when it comes to Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Then it's, well, and then competition. I don't want to hear that. Most of the great players on the top 75 came from the 90s. Stop it. 90s, 2000s, and some, and then you got the ones from the 2010s. But stop it. I don't want to hear none of that. You can go and look at the top 75 list and go look at Hall of Famers. You can just go look at the top 75 list. A lot of them came from the 90s. So my thing is this. So John Stockton the GOAT, right? John Stockton's the GOAT. Hakeem is the GOAT. He got the most blocks in history, right? So Bill Russell the GOAT, right? Steph Curry the GOAT. He got most threes of all time, right? So he in the GOAT conversation. Uh who else? You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense, bro. Makes no sense. Because context matters. Just because you lead in the stat category does not mean that you're the GOAT. It just doesn't. Because okay, you led in these stat categories and everything. Why didn't you win more? Why didn't those stats lead to more winning? That's all I want to know. It's a combination of things. Gilbert Dumbass Arenas. Being a GOAT means a combination of things. The greatest of all time, the greatest to be on the basketball court. It's a combination of rings, stats, accolades, competition, era. To me, era. It's a, you know what I'm saying? It's a it's a whole, you know what I'm saying? A whole conglomerate of all of that. And when you put that all together, it's MJ. Yes, Bill Russell had the rings, but he wasn't the player that MJ was. And Bill Russell had like 8 Hall of Famers on his team. He wasn't the player that Bill Russell was. Wilt had the dominance and everything. He didn't have the rings. And he didn't have the skill that Michael Jordan had. Michael Jordan had the skill. He had the dominance. He had the rings. He had the stats. He had all of that, which it makes him the GOAT, bro. If you just care about rings, then it's, you know what I'm saying? Then it's Bill Russell. If you just care about stats, it's not Bron. You know what I'm saying? It's Wilt. It's been Hood Sendo with another video, man. I'm out. Gilbert Arenas with another dumbass take.